Patrick, obviously another disappointing night for Man City this evening. Mbappe took you apart.
Yeah, I should have just watched Pornhub, if you don't mind me saying, because that was just that was too much. I'm sorry. I should have just subscribed. I've never subscribed to Pornhub, but I should have just done a subscription and watched it.
You
And
don't need to subscribe, Bob. You don't need to subscribe. It's just free. You Google
no,
it.
I wanted the premium because this was premium beating.
Okay.
I wanted the good stuff, the 4K. That's what I wanted.
I said I didn't know about any of that. I'll have a look later.
I know, but anyway, it was bad. It was poor. But first of all, what was more embarrassing is the fact that everybody knew that as soon as you put Gundogan and Silva in that midfield, everyone was questioning it. So this season, it's been quite funny that even fans, Terry, are able to point out something in the lineup, and every time the fans point out something, those particular players actually stink. So today we were asking, why are you playing Gundogan and Silva? They've been so bad this season. They've been so slow this season, and that's what happened. We were so slow. There was nothing we were doing. Madrid were just toying with us. There was a point in time I wanted to find the customer service to UEFA and tell them just give it up, because there was a point in time when the whole stadium was just going ole, and we were just walking and there's nothing we could do. And you know what? Do you know what's funny? As soon as they benched Gundogan and Foden, who also has been stinking this season and covered his stinkers with goals, somehow Marketing and whoever came in, City started playing fast football. So I'm like, oh, now you're desperate. Now you're playing fast football and you're now actually looking threatening. But this was just dominant. The quality between the two teams was too much. And I think most City fans, we got gassed up by the Newcastle performance, but at least there was a bit of fight in that. But here, there was no fight at all. I think as soon as that first goal went in, City just gave up and they just said, you know what, it is what it is. Pep Guardiola, why don't you just make subs? And this is why I've actually been respecting the Liverpool manager, even though Liverpool fans maybe are not grateful. I like the fact that unlike Pep and Klopp, who sit there and just smile and drink water, at least this Liverpool manager makes changes sometimes. I have watched games where he's made changes. Why our manager was sitting there? Why he knows that we're just doing the same thing, pass to the left, pass to the right. Do you know what Madrid were doing? We're just sitting back watching us. And I knew that this is going to be a long day. You know what? Big up to Mbappe. A lot of us said he was finished. I think I was one of the people saying this guy hasn't done anything since the World Cup. He dunked on us, and that other second goal where he sat everybody down, he was even pointing at Josko and laughing. They even laughed at us at the Etihad. They laughed at us today. I'm telling you, this is embarrassing, and it's on the manager. And a lot of City fans don't want to criticize the manager, but he's been dropping the ball this season with some of the lineups, and he's been dropping the ball with what he's been doing. But trust me, there's these Pep sexuals. I call them Pep sexuals. They love him so much. They are not going to say anything. They're not going to question
like Beta.
Yeah. I know.
Is that one of the premium options on Pornhub?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying we have to question him. I know that he's had a difficult season and personally things have been difficult. But I told people that, do you know what's going to make it worse? The fact that we've gone in January and spent the most money and bought more players for him, people will start questioning him, saying, do something then. You were saying you don't have players, now you have them, then do something. And look at him. He keeps playing the same pensioners, players that don't even have to be here, and he thinks they can bail him out. You know what? I said KDB has to leave. I was saying at least just throw in KDB at this point in time. We're already being slapped. Let's just throw in KDB. But it is what it is. You know what? I am just praying that at least, I know this is shameless. I know I want Liverpool to win the league, but I'm just shameless. At least just cause Liverpool trouble. At this point in time, that's what's going to bring me a bit of pride. Just cause them trouble at the Etihad. Make them drop more points. At least there'll be few people.
Look, from a title race point of view, like anyone who wants a title race, which isn't Liverpool fans, wants City to win this weekend because it throws the cat amongst the pigeons. But your point on Pep, listen, I think he's a genius, one of the greatest managers to ever do it. What he's done at Man City in the last 8 years has been sensational. I'm not going to try and play down any of his achievements. But tonight was just, as you say, awful. Personnel that have no legs, playing a defense. The speed. I want to say something about Madrid in a minute, but the speed of Vinicius, Mbappe, and Rodrigo, and basically playing on the halfway line with your real fast centre back. It was actually playing the new lad who was playing right back wasn't there. Just for balls to get knocked over the top, I thought to myself, for such a genius manager, how have you made that mistake? You guys needed to be hard to break down, nice and compact, get through maybe the first 20 minutes of the game, and then start trying to dominate the ball. But with how you started with your high line and the fact that you had no focal point in the team, I couldn't work out how you were going to do it. I thought it was a really managerially, I thought it was a really, really poor night from Pep tonight. So I agree.
It was poor. Then I'm telling you, Terry, you just even if you see in the chat the City fans there that disagreeing, they can never. And this is, I understand. Look, he's the best City manager. There's nobody who's going to outdo him. But you still have to question him. Like, you don't have to sit there and just kiss his ass every time. Like, sorry, I hope you don't get monetized. But you don't have to just. Word. You just don't have to bow down and say whatever it does is great. I'm telling you, my fellow City fans, it's worse that we went to January and bought players, because the judgment within these last games is going to be different. Because people will be saying, okay, you had injuries, but now you've got this Kusanov guy. You've got Mamush, who was the top goal scorer. What the hell was that?
Sorry, Juve should have equalized. Sorry, I've got the game on. Sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, so I'm saying, I was wondering. I was like, is somebody that's put her bone? I don't know. Anyway, I was saying, people are gonna question the fact that, oh, you've got the players are here. You bought Nico. Nico is the DM, but you're still benching all these new guys. So sometimes benching people who are hungry, and you're still playing. Because today, I think if Haaland is not here, what's Mamush's strength? He goes in behind. Then why don't you play KDB to create for him? Why don't you play KDB to play for him? You know yourself, Silva doesn't create anything. Gundogan's legs are done. He doesn't do anything these days. But I don't know. Anyway, at least we're out of the competition, because I thought that even though we could have somehow gone through Madrid, we still have to play Leverkusen and Atletico Madrid. Then eventually we'll meet Liverpool and Arsenal again. So might as well just get beaten right now. But big up to Madrid and PSG. They look like the stars have woken up now, because they were not doing very well at the beginning. Now they woke up. So
they do, which again I think for the Champions League is great. I wanted to say about
first of all, congratulations to Will. It was an amazing performance today. Mbappe, probably best performance I've seen him in a Madrid shirt today. Absolutely killed it today. But honestly, the whole conversation I want to talk about is Manchester City. From the starting lineup, when I saw the lineup and I saw that midfield of Gundogan and Nico Gonzalez, I knew it was over. I'm gonna be honest. When I saw Gundogan start out, I'm sorry, I would have rather seen Kovacic. Kovacic came on today and he did more than Gundogan. I would have rather seen him, right? And the worst thing for me is, and Vedo, you're a City fan, and so are you,
Patrick.
There was no point in the game today where I felt like City actually were trying to get back into this tie. Like, from the moment the game started, yes, you had a sucker punch, early goal, right? Didn't plan that. That's fine. For me, it was just how slow you guys were on the ball, right? There was no urgency to try to get the goal back and try to give yourself some hope. Like, I watched that game and I was like, if you didn't know who was leading this tie on aggregate, you would have thought Real Madrid were the ones that were actually coming into the second leg behind. Because from the start of the game, they were on it. They were on City's neck. And the fact that you guys went that whole first half, you guys had your first shot on target in the 70th minute, Vader. Yeah. 70th minute. That's when you had your first shot on target.
7-0. Wow.
It got to a point where Real Madrid, that's why you saw it. When could have had just chilled. They just chilled. You saw they were not attacking anymore because they were like, it's over. We don't have to overwork ourselves. We have a game in the weekend we have to worry about. The title race is heating up in La Liga, so we'll go focus on that because we've already won this game. And that was the worst thing for me. And for me, looking at this game, what it showed me is that this summer, it's not over. So many players have to leave this team. You guys need to get rid of so many players. I'm sorry, Gundogan is finished. I mean, there's a reason why Barca. Looking at it now, I can see now.
What did you guys do to him? Because he was cooking when he was here. He went over there for 1 year and
he stopped getting the. He stopped getting. He stopped. I know what it is. No. He stopped getting the peds.
Oh wow.
So
he stopped getting the soldier juice. You know, from what's that stuff called in Marvel? They stick into the soldiers.
Yeah,
I'm not helping you with
the serum.
The serum. Yeah, no more serum.
But yeah, look, at the end of the day, I think that I mean, I'll be honest. I was very surprised when we let him go. But I feel like maybe there was something Hansi Flick saw in him, like in the first few weeks that he was with him in preseason.
He's washed. He's washed.
Yeah.
That's why you guys like let him go.
Yeah, that's why he must have
seen.
He must have seen what was coming this season. I was like,
it's time to learn Arabic.
If you think about it, Will, in the start of the season, we had so many injuries in our team. Our midfield wasn't good enough, and the fact that we still got rid of him, for me, tells me that he was clearly Hansi Flick knew this guy wasn't. He couldn't rely on this guy this season. And so far, let's be honest, Vader, you've seen him this season. He has not been reliable at all. And you guys have had injury problems. I understand that, right? But today, he was poor. Bernardo Silva really didn't do anything until the second half when he had like a shot. That was literally the only thing he did in the game. What's his name? Foden. Another one. Dude, your players spend more time today slipping on the ball than actually doing anything. I could not believe it.
I think you'd have an easier list just saying who played well versus going through who didn't play well, because that's a long list.
This list the bad performances, please, Omar.
No, but look, let's be real. If I'm gonna be honest, I can't really highlight anyone who played well. I'm genuinely thinking about it. I mean, I would say probably, I don't know, Ederson, because he did save that great chance by Mbappe. But really, apart from that, the defense, Ruben Diaz was poor. All right. Yep. When Ake came on, didn't do anything. Kushmanov was playing at the position.
He's never played in fullback. Yep.
Flop.
Yeah. Kushmanov is not a fullback. The guy has never played fullback. And
that's why I don't crash it on Kosanov, because he was playing.
And that's the thing. That's why I don't blame him. I'm not blaming him.
But V, do you agree with Patrick earlier? Patrick put this on Pep Guardiola's poor pick lineup, poor setup, and poor approach tonight. Do you agree that Pep got it absolutely, fundamentally, universally wrong?
No, that was way too expressive. I think tactically he got it wrong. I struggle with what the 11 might be, with the exception of maybe, obviously, Gunnigan's doesn't have legs, but I don't think we would have had much joy with Kovacic either. Like, I think
it would have been better.
It would have been marginally better, because again, those two players I don't believe are with us next year. Like, it's a matter of these two players don't have the legs to really match up with what Real Madrid have, and Real were ready to run, ready to press, ready to even from a physicality standpoint, we don't have it. So when I looked at the starting 11 and I looked at the bench, I was like, okay, who am I going to nitpick here? I'm going to say Kovacic? Am I going to say McAtee? Am I going to say KDB? I reserved myself to think about the league. I'm not joking, guys. I want top 4, and I want it comfortably. I don't want to be stressing about it. And I think Pep was like, let me see how these players handle this game for the first half. And yes, we got sucker punched. We got punched in the face, and it wasn't like we weren't looking. We set up and they went right over top, and that game plan was over with. And Mbappe had mad confidence after that. He was playing like the PSG Mbappe, not the Real Madrid that's been trying to find his form. So we were all day just trying to manage the game, in my opinion, be ready for the rest of the weekend and the rest of the season.
If I'm going to be honest, hang on.
You're saying today was training? Today was prep.
No, I didn't say today was training. I think Pep set them up to try and get the win. And once it was out of hand, once he saw that, we're outmatched. Look at the subs that he made. The subs that he made were pretty much. You know what? Let me look.
You are confirming that Pep told the team to give up.
No, I'm not confirming that Pep told the team to give up. I'm confirming that Pep managed the game, knowing that we got a season and Champions League was not going to be the trophy for us this year.
So give up. Yeah.
Listen, I'll say this, right? I know I've been giving credit
as a United fan these days, but no, that's not it.
I know I've been giving a lot of criticism, but I'll say this. I haven't said this. I think I said this to Will, because Will knows this, right? At the end of the day, when it comes to Madrid, they are not known for starting well in the Champions League. They don't start well. They usually, it's around this time of like the Champions League, when it's knockout rounds, when you really start to see how they're gonna do for the rest of the Champions League. And what's that?
I thought that you meant we don't start off games fast. We
usually no. I mean, like, if you remember the last few years, you won the Champions League. Even the seasons you've won the Champions League, right? You've had slow starts in the group stages, right?
Remember all the conversations we had, Terry? See how they're coming into fruition now? Remember all the conversations we had from when the first Champions League game kicked off? Oh, Madrid don't look the same. And I tell you,
But that's the thing, Madrid never start well, Hussam.
as soon as
We know
knockout
it.
stages
Do
starts,
you
they
know
become a
what-
different
you know what
team.
my issue is? I
And
think I've been
today they
listening-
showed that like killer instinct.
I've been listening to too many online Real Madrid fans who've been
Yeah,
saying how trash they are. That's my problem. I should stop
But
listening.
Yeah, but like
wait,
they have
wait,
like
wait,
rich
wait,
people
hold on,
problems.
wait,
Like,
hold on,
oh
hold
my,
on,
like
hold on.
my 15th butler is not working, so I only have 14 butlers in the house. Like that's their problems. While we all actually have actual problems. That's their problem. Like, oh, get Carlo out my club. Like, if Carlo Ancelotti achieved what he achieved at any of our clubs, we'd have like a statue outside the club. That like they have a different like level of like thought process, if you could
Prestige, yeah.
call it thought
Well, don't
process.
let this performance make you think that we've been good this season, right? It's
Yeah,
an
see, there you
isolated
go.
incident.
See,
No,
live
it's
proof.
not about being
Well,
good
wait,
this season,
wait,
Will.
wait,
We're not
Hussam,
talking about
I
that.
don't mean to
We're
agree,
talking
but
about the tournament moving
it's true,
forward,
man.
Will.
No, but what I'm saying is just because we cooked you today, it doesn't mean that I still can't complain about what I've been seeing over the last 5-6 months. It's not been a good season in general by what I'm
Yeah.
used to seeing.
Yeah, but you do this, you guys. You had a bad season and you still cooked us before.
This is why
Remember you had a season where people
everybody
saying you're
wanted
weak.
City to win. They
What
don't
season,
want you in
what
the
season
tournament.
was that? They're like, oh, Madrid is weak. Oh, they're done.
What
And then
are
you cooked
wait,
us.
what are you talking about? The 2022 run.
Yeah, I
Like
think
that's
it was
when
the
like we
time when-
played what like
I
Man
remember-
City, PSG. I
Yeah,
think
those-
The year
Chelsea as
Benzema
well.
pretty much went Super Saiyan, and you guys started off slow, and then you
Yeah.
guys crushed it.
I
That's
didn't- you
the
know
Well,
what?
look,
I don't
right?
And that's
understand.
the, and that's the thing
So
with
this
Madrid.